Hi there, lovely people. What's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to one more episode on my channel. It's going to be a list, 15 fragrances, as you can see from title. It's going to be about fragrances which are discontinued. I often like to mix things up. I do a lot of this kind of list. If you find this list redundant or you think it doesn't pique your interest, you can skip the video, no problem. I'm wearing, time is around 4 a.m. Already had the breakfast or sahur, recall. And, I have, basically I stay up all night. Early morning I go to sleep. So I was just cleaning my boxes and stuff. I was checking what do I have in inventory. Some of the bottles are finished, near finishing. Many other fragrances I don't use. So I have about 5 boxes, fragrances, apart from the ones outside and ones in the display. This fragrance I found like the about 4 or 5 mil or 6 mil roughly left, and it's called Amara Reflection Man. And I was very happy because I did not know I still had this. I just sprayed once on my hand, like about a couple of hours back. It's fantastic fragrance. Just a beautiful little, you can say niche version of Lamal, but it smells very different. So this fragrance is my scent of the night, late night. Really amazing fragrance. I wish I had another backup bottle. So today we'll talk about the fragrances which are discontinued. Some are very rare, some are very expensive, some are affordable still. So I sort of mixed it up and I focused on a couple of houses a little bit more. Okay, I'll show you. One house would be Givenchy, other one is going to be Mugler. But 15 fragrances, I put them according to my liking. You can try them, do not blind buy. But there are ways that you can try these fragrances, would be great. If you can score them, you can sell them for good fortune later if you don't like it. Okay, either way, if you get good deals, try to grab them. So I'll start with this perfume, which I haven't shown in my channel for a few years. This is called Givenchy Gentleman, 1974 version. I think 70s release. This fragrance, it's not that 70s version, which used to have that sort of, I think, silver neck or something. I think Dan Norton has it. This is still pretty good, and this is very hard to find nowadays. The prices have gone high. I could score this once between 45, 55 bucks, like 3-4 years back. Now I cannot see this anywhere. This fragrance right here is a bit animalic. It has honey. I think it has a civet note. It has some leather. A few of the other notes, I don't remember exactly, oak moss perhaps, but it's a very masculine leather fragrance. And it's not for everybody. It's for people who are mature, who are looking for something powerhouse. I absolutely love the opening of this. It reminds me of Kuros in many ways, but Kuros goes more powdery, more, like you can say lavender. I don't know what's that Kuros has, like florals, white florals. This is straight up gangsta, I just love it. It's how rugged this is. This fragrance, those who used it, they know the value of this perfume. Some of you are nodding, yeah. Now, this is a fragrance I would suggest to father figures or people who are a little bit mature and you're looking for something bit, like fragrance is not so unisex style. This is that, okay? Absolute gem of a fragrance, Givenchy Gentleman, excellent longevity too. Now, let's talk about CK House. This fragrance, I have a couple of these fragrances that are reviewed from this Euphoria line. And Euphoria has some darker bottles. I have the, I think, called liquid gold or something. I forgot that name. Amber gold. Yeah, this one I have. This is also very hard to find, but even more so than that, I love this. Okay, this is called liquid gold Euphoria Man by Calvin Klein. So I do have few Calvin Kleins which are discontinued, like CK Craze or Crave, that fragrance, and a few of the other ones that people don't have. And these are actually very expensive. If you go to the market in Bangladesh, especially when I went to find prices, I found in only 1 or 2 shops by luck, and they're asking for $80 plus on these perfume. And I did ask them, Euphoria cost about $35, $40. Why this is that much? They said this is a special edition. When you bought this, it was about 65 bucks when you bought it. So you have to sell it for some profit. That's why it's expensive. When I smelled it, man, this is not dead ringer or something, but you can say, if you like Bvlgari's Men in Black, and there's another fragrance, I always forget that house name. I think, is it Estee Dupont? No, it was that line. I always forget that line. That's a very nice Rasasi Wow. That fragrance also is Rasasi Wow woody. So it's basically woody, spicy, masculine, very masculine fragrance, and it's very long lasting. Okay. So this fragrance, if you ever see somewhere, it's very different from what you smell nowadays. You can say this is more serious version of Gucci Pour Homme 1, Bentley for Men Absolute, with excellent performance. Okay, so this is going to be good for colder months, but I absolutely love the bottle, the darkness. Anything looks dark and gold. These are made for Middle Eastern markets, I think, but absolute love. Liquid Gold by Euphoria line, Calvin Klein. What's the fragrance I'm trying to remember? Yeah, Chopard's Oud Malaki. If you like that, Rose Malaki, Oud Malaki, not Rose. If you like the Oud Malaki, you're gonna like this a lot better. So next one I'm gonna show you some of more Givenchys. I have back-to-back few Givenchys, and then I have one more upcoming in the list. This is the fragrance, Xeryus Rouge. Some of you complain, where is your Xeryus Rouge? You don't show this anymore, and you used to love it so much. You compared this with Davidoff Hot Water. They have similarities, but this fragrance is so much upper class. Okay, back in the days, somewhere in 2016, I used to see this like in few shops. They were selling this around $55, and now this fragrance, go and check the prices on this. I don't know in your country, wherever you live, maybe this is easily available. Maybe it's like $35-40, but here you cannot find this bottle that easily, and they are charging this at least $75-85. So what's so special about this apart from the red bottle? Absolute classic looking bottle, similar to this but different line. Okay, so they do have Xeryus. They have a newer version of Xeryus. Okay, but this Xeryus Rouge is about cactus. It's about spices, got the pimento, and I think it has some boozy notes or vanilla, something warmth in it, which David of Hot Water also provides, but that is much cheaper. That is also a great fragrance. This one, absolute beauty. It's a spicy, mysterious, kind of like a gin and tonic, like a boozy night out fragrance, something for vampires. Okay, so very unique fragrance. There's nothing that smells this good. Xeryus Rouge by Givenchy. I'm focusing on Givenchy because nobody gives this house love apart from the new line. I have that one from that line, but these are the older lines. Let's show you this one, Givenchy Gentlemen only. Sorry, I have a little bit of cold. Givenchy, I love many fragrances. I have reviewed many. Go to my channel, like search Givenchy Joyamin. Just see how many I reviewed. Whatever I could find, I reviewed. Okay, even from women's side, I did review because I love this house. And there are a lot of gems, just like Guerlain. I think Givenchy is no less. The Givenchy Gentleman only has a few flankers too. I reviewed Casual Chic, and I think there's one more. Anyway, what I love about this perfume is that kind of like you can say, what is that note? Violet leaves, a little bit sweet, a little bit fresh, a little bit spicy. There's a little bit of everything in this. Touch powdery, similar vein with another fragrance that I have in upcoming this list. Also similar to, if you like, Burberry's Touch, fresh and clean, masculine, a little bit sweet. This is a fragrance. It's kind of ozonic, spicy, fresh. You can say almost aquatic. It feels like aquatic sometimes, but such a great juice. I had a 150 ml bottle, and then I do have another one from this line, Givenchy Gentlemen. I think this is extreme or what I have. Man, I can read with the specs. This is actually absolute or something like, okay, EDP. So there are quite few absolute EDP. They're all great in their own ways. None of them are available anymore. This one I repurchased when my bottle finished because this is getting harder to find and the prices are going high. If you ever love this fragrance, do get a backup bottle or opt for one of the options that I have in top 5. That is even so much better than this, but for casual usage, this is such a stunning beauty. Givenchy Gentlemen only. It's a great fragrance for urban area, professional smelling. Performance is subpar, but I love the way it smells. It's a classic smell, classic bottle, Givenchy Gentlemen only. Okay, so the next one I have is a more, you can say, relatively newer one. I don't know when they discontinued this, and I was very shocked because I thought this fragrance is here to stay. And I think Max 40 did say this, Versace Eros Flame. To my surprise, this fragrance was not very old, and I don't know if this one did it sold bad or didn't sell, I don't know, but this is now discontinued, and now the prices are going high. Every fragrance of Versace is expensive, but Eros Flame is peaking $100 plus here. Okay, so if you can get a tester, I think I do have a tester or full bottle, I don't know. No, this is a full bottle, sorry. This is a full package version. So Eros Flame is a little bit more youthful compared to Eros. I personally love both, but Eros is, it's a little bit, you can imagine, like when you smell Eros, it reminds me of Lamal or those times. But Eros Flame is a little bit more like, this is not from that 1 million era. This is more like when you have 1 million Privé, 1 million Lucky, those kind of fragrances. It's like same time and very youthful. Got this energy drink sort of vibe. I think it got blood orange or something like it. It's a sweet, zesty, orangey kind of a fragrance. It does have that dry tone of Eros, but so much more beast mode compared to the new batches of Eros. Definitely get this before this one runs out. Versace Eros Flame. Next one is one of my personal favorites. Nobody talks about it. Very few channels have this, and they talked good things about it. Okay, this is Balmain. I think this is called Monsieur. Okay, or Monsieur. So look at the bottle. It's a classic bottle. Look at the juice color. It reminds you of Chanel and Theas, right? Same prestige, same class, but this is more in style with Armani Pour Homme or Dior Rouge Sauvage. I do have both the face. Sorry, voice is disturbing a little bit. If you know citrus fragrances like this, Dior Rouge Sauvage, my bottle, it's about 10 ml left. And Jaipur Boucheron, Pour Homme, if you know those kind of fragrances, Armani Pour Homme, citrus, classic, green, this is basically, you can say on budget, you can get Creed's Neroli Sauvage. If you love that perfume, the Neroli is not here. It's more like a lemon, citron, but the lemon in this, man, this one steals my heart. So beautiful. It's like the niche category fragrances. If you know the class of Neroli Sauvage by Creed, this is there. And it's such a gentlemanly scent. I would imagine Johnny Depp would be wearing this, or something like Iron Man, he would be wearing this. Okay, so absolute classic fragrance. If you never find it, I mean, if you can find it ever, try it. It's very expensive now. This is Balmain Monsieur. Let me pick up the pace a little bit because the time is running. Next one is going to be one Sad Case from YSL. And I did not like this fragrance in the beginning. This is like in the beginning. I love that video. In the beginning, in the beginning. Okay, so man, I hope I don't start that. This is YSL Opium Pour Homme. And I always look for the EDP, the darker bottle version, the more concentrated. Never found it. This is still available. Okay, I see it selling in some of the shops here, but the price was relatively cheaper compared to other YSLs like La Nuit de l'Homme, very expensive, YSL YDP, very expensive. This fragrance sold for somewhere $55 to $65. Okay, I think not more than now. After discontinuation, this fragrance is like, look at that atomizer. You can tell this is like from the Givenchy's time, and this is like a bad boy kind of fragrance. It doesn't look like the most modern. It looks like, oh, this is like 90s baby maybe. But what an amazing composition. I understood the complexity of this one. Liege, Lanston de Guerlain there. Much later, the bitterness of Lanston de Guerlain, the cacao. Here you get the blackcurrant, star anise. I think there's vanilla or some spices. It's a spicy fragrance. And I do not always have a mood to wear this. Let's just see. You'll see. See, it didn't spray. I haven't sprayed for a very long time. See, sprayed again. I tried it many times and I got it. And I actually love it so much. Like, this is a mature man's fragrance. And why am I saying get it now? Because if you ever thought of getting this, like now it's going to be diminishing soon. This is high time you pick it up. What an amazing opening. This is like a dream opening. One of the best YSL fragrances. Just check out my review. YSL Opium Pour Homme. It looks like a simple bottle, but amazing creation. Beautiful little perfume. So YSL Opium Pour Homme. Next one, last Givenchy, I promise. Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. What a new fragrance, and sadly discontinued. In my collection, when I look, many fragrances, great fragrances, they discontinued. Why? Why? I do not understand. Some fragrance either reformulated or taken down. New fragrances taken down. I don't know. Givenchy Gentleman Cologne is one of those 10 out of 10 fragrances, even though this is not a beastly performer. The smell of this very close to Guerlain L'Homme Libre cologne, but it has its own difference. It has iris sort of vibe. I think it has this nose weight. This one got citruses, rosemary, bergamot, carrot, musk. Okay, so if you like to stay indoors, warm day, if your doctor say this fragrance you should get 5 backup bottles. Did say that, yes, 5 backup bottles before this one goes 150 crazy prices. This is gonna be like Guerlain L'Homme Libre cologne case for sure. People will pay very high price. If you can stock it now, you can sell it for a good fortune later. Givenchy Gentleman cologne. Moving on to Guerlain, I absolutely love this fragrance. Not many people talk about it. It's a women's perfume. It's this one, the little black dress kind of a line, and it's called Black Perfecto La Petite Robe Noire. I always forget the name. I was lucky enough to score this bottle for one of our reputed sellers, Fragrance BD. I saw this. I'm like, let me see. Bottle looks interesting. Dark bottle. Let me see if I can look at the attention detailing. Okay. Let me see if I can see some reviews. Some people say this is a masterpiece if you love cherry and dark leather. And I was sold on it, because I love dark fragrance. I do love cherry. And this is a fragrance. It's a very unisex style perfume. It's a very dark fragrance. If you do like cherry, you can try Wild Cherry by Mancera. Beautiful fragrance. If you like the the Tom Ford's one, Lost Cherry, so expensive. last, but not as much as Mancera. But apart from all those, this is my favorite cherry based perfume. Okay, so beautiful. It's so dark, it's mysterious, it's kind of gothic. So if you find it somewhere, give it a try if you like that kind of fragrance. Love it. Robe Noire, Black Perfecto, amazing fragrance. Number 6, then we hit top 5. Number 6 is my favorite Hugo Boss bottle, EDP. I got an order of Decant. I was doing this yesterday and some accidentally got sprayed on my hand. I was like not paying attention. And I brought my hand here and smelled it. Then I realized how simple of a scent this was. And the more amped up version is EDP. The EDT is good. EDP Intense is a different fragrance. This one is that strength of apple and cinnamon. So strong, so juicy and so thick. And got some leather to it. What a beautiful creation. I cannot find this bottle anymore. Perhaps I'll decant halfway, then I'll use the rest of it for me. Check this out. This is one fragrance it must be in your collection. Okay, Hugo Boss bottle, EDP. Now top 5, all my favorite fragrance. Top 5, I start with Amara, Bvlgari Aqua Amara. This one is being sold in our country under $200 now. Yep, with the travel atomizer and all that. Just the fragrance is $150 or 160. So you understand, this one has some love, but not many people love this same way I do. It is a, for me, wood apple note, kind of like that, and kind of got this nice orange and also a little bit of Dylan blue sort of vibe. One of the most unique fragrances ever, one of the most hated fragrances in the community due to some reviewers, thanks to them, but I absolutely cherish Aqua Amara. This is high time you get it before it's completely gone, like number 1 today, Bvlgari Aqua Amara. Number 5. Number 4 is the fragrance when I was talking about this, Givenchy Gentlemen only. If you do not find this fragrance to be a bit performing one, go for this. Okay, this is YSL and the YSL L'Homme Libre. L'Homme Ultime, La Nuit de l'Homme, the new one, Blue Electric, All Electric, they get all the love. This one nobody mentions because not many people tried it. This is one of the best hidden gems from YSL. Okay, it's masculine, it got that pink pepper. I find this similar to a little bit of like if Spice Bomb, you know, Spice Bomb Fresh is a version, right? But if Spice Bomb had a little bit of violet leaves in there, that is gonna smell like this. Amazing, freshy, very powerful, very masculine, can be worn in cooler months as well. Very hard to find. Easily $150 plus. If you never tried it, get a small 30 ml bottle. You're good for life. Amazing fragrance. YSL L'Homme Libre. Absolutely love the blue stem. Now last 3 or top 3, all Mugler. Because I wanted to do this. Pure Havane, the one of the best cherry, boozy, not cherry boozy, cherry and cigars kind of smell like tobacco. Very chocolatey, very sexy. If you like Xeryus, Naxos, you can also find this at the same price tag now. They're the same price now almost. But Pure Havane is such a fragrance, you should never ever go without this fragrance in your journey. If you thought like a bite later, I can skip it. No, don't skip it. Get Pure Havane. It's a masterpiece of a perfume. Number 2, I have a backup bottle. I may sell it off because I need some urgent cash, but I want to hold on to it so bad. Pure Malt. Okay, tester version, like Mugler version, doesn't matter. You cannot find any of them. If you find something under $150, it's a good buy now. Okay, used to be $65, $55, but Pure Malt, one of the best whiskey chocolate-based perfumes ever. There's just no doubt about it. Number 1, let me finish the video because I can see it's going 20 minutes. This fragrance I sometimes felt was one of the most hyped fragrances in the community ever. It was for no good reason. I believed in it. And I did say this is not worth the money. I did give you some options, like you can get Ultra Red Man, you can get Angel Muse, or you can get something like this fragrance, but not exactly this. There's no good clone of this, okay? I don't know if there are, but this is the orange bottle, the orange creamsicle smell. I don't know, something about it. Maybe it's not worth that $200, $300 price tag, but take a look at the bottle, okay? This fragrance is all about the orange. Thierry Mugler made some fragrances which are not really that serious. He took Mugler cologne, but he made a masterpiece there. It's like that fragrance also discontinued, the Mugler cologne version. Cologne version, you get sort of like a fresh soapy spring. This one, what you get is this like total bliss. I'm wearing this. It has a little bit of the dry down of Thierry Mugler, but opening very zesty and orange, very unique. Okay, if I can find this for a good deal, I would buy 10 backup bottles because in the summers this smells so good. So number 1 today is Ultra Zest. So these are the fragrances. I think some of them anyway are good fragrances to hunt down. Do let me know what you think about them, and thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Take care. Okay, bye bye.